Hey guys, Immersed here, and welcome to a Fury Warrior PvP guide. So let's just jump right into it. Why do we pick Fury to PvP with? It's like a double-barreled shotgun. If these guys are near you, you will die in a matter of seconds if the Fury Warrior knows what he's doing. And it is just extremely a powerful class for mobility, target control, support, and even flag running. If there's no tank, Fury Warriors are amazing at flag running just because they're a warrior at a base of a class. So they do have the intervene that charges the heroic leap. So having said that, it's just a fun class, it's a strong class, it's a high damage class, it's a high burst damage class. You do not want to tangle with a Fury Warrior. Let's jump right into our talent choices. We have Juggernaut. You can charge every 12 seconds instead of every 20 seconds. This is very useful if you find yourself being able to stick to your target very, very well. We have Warbringer. Your charge also knocks a target to the ground and stuns it for 3 seconds. If you combine this with a Fury Warrior, your target is not going to be happy. It cannot move for 3 seconds after a charge. Your charge with this talent will be on a 20-second cooldown, so every 20 seconds you could stun them for 3 seconds. Also very good for dealing with healers. And I personally would recommend this for Fury, but as you guys well know by now, I do not believe in cookie cutter builds. So I personally went with double time. You can use charge twice in a row. Each use has a 20-second recharge time. Charge can only generate rage once every 12 seconds. I like this because if a mage blinks away, I have a free charge to get back on it. If a hunter disengages, I have a free charge to get back on it. Warlock demonic circles, Moonkin with wild charge bounds backwards. I'm on that target as soon as they land. I really like double time. It is a very powerful PvP talent along with Warbringer. These two, double time and Warbringer, I believe are Fury Warrior's best friend. So I also have second wind. Whenever you are below 35% health, you regenerate 3% of your health per second. Whenever you are struck by a stun or immobilize effect, you generate 20 rage over 10 seconds. I have this just because it is a passive. I don't need to waste a global. You can also have Impending Victory. Instantly attack the target, causing 6,829 damage and healing you for 10% of your maximum health. Killing an enemy that yields experience or honor resets the cooldown of Impending Victory and causes your next Impending Victory to heal for 20% of your maximum health. Replaces Victory Rush or Enrage Regen. Instantly heals you for 10% of your total health and additional 10% over 5 seconds. Can be used while stunned. Costs no rage if used while enraged. I personally like this just because it's passive. We get rage and health out of it, and you don't need to use globals with this one. You do have to use a global with enrage and impending. I just prefer this one for my personal playstyle. So you have Staggering Shout, causes all enemies within 20 yards causes all enemies within 20 yards that are snared to become rooted for 5 seconds. That's good if you are running with a teammate or a friend that you know they're going to be snared and you could just quickly root them. Also, you could spread your hamstring on 5 different guys or whatever and pop this and they're going to become snared. Disrupting Shout interrupts all spell casting within 10 yards and prevents any spell in that scope from being cast for 4 seconds. That is extremely good. The only thing I'll say about this is if you find yourself attacking healers more often, it's good to have, but you could also use your pummel for that. But combine Disrupting and Pummel with Gag Order, you have 3 interrupts to use. That's awesome. You can spell lock a healer very efficiently. I decided to use Piercing Howl just because I play support mainly on my Fury Warrior. I try and help my flag carrier out. So I'm going to slow down any enemy around my flag carrier, and Piercing Howl is a perfect tool for that. Snares all enemies within 15 yards, reducing their movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. This costs 3 more rage than Hamstring, and it does the exact same thing, except this one affects more people. Dragon Roar ferociously, causing 17,199 damage to all enemies within 8 yards, knocking them back and knocking them down for 0.50 seconds. Dragon Roar is always a critical strike and ignores all armor on the target. It's very good for Fury Warriors. However, I did go with Blade Storm. But this is a very powerful spell. Also for Lumbermill, if you're close enough, you can knock people off of it. Shockwave, an extremely powerful PvP spell. Also, sends a wave of force in a frontal cone before you, causing 9,146 damage and stunning all enemy targets within 10 yards for 4 seconds. only on a 20-second cooldown. Combine that with a 4-second stun, and it's basically on a 16-second cooldown. So it's a very, very strong spell. I decided to go with Bladestorm. I absolutely love Bladestorm. I always wanted Fury Warriors to have it. I have my wish now. And it has probably one of the coolest tooltips in the game. You become a whirling storm of destructive force, striking all targets within 8 yards with both weapons for 120% weapon damage every 1 second for 6 seconds. During a Bladestorm, you can continue to dodge, block, and parry, and are immune to movement impairing and loss of control effects. However, you can be disarmed, and you can only perform shout abilities. If you're disarmed, the Bladestorm effect ends, just so you guys know. Vigilance, focus your protective gaze on a party or raid member, transferring 30% of the damage taken to you for 12 seconds. During the duration of Vigilance, your taunt has no cooldown. This is more of a prot warrior PvP thing. Spell. Safeguard, run at a high speed toward a party or raid member, removing all movement impairing effect upon you. Intercepting the next melee or range attack made against them and reducing their damage taken by 20% for 6 seconds. Replaces intervene. Again, more so prot. Mass spell reflection is our best shot. Reflects the next spell cast on you and all party and raid members within 20 yards by 5 seconds. Is extremely useful for arena. It's extremely useful for battlegrounds. If you have a fear polymorph going off on your healer, use this, and that fear polymorph will get reflected back to the attacker. Alright, let's talk a little bit about our glyphs. Increase the healing of Bloodthirst by 100%. Reduce the cooldown and Heroic Leap by 15 seconds, and increases damage by 100%. Increase your maximum rage by 20. Very, very good. And my aesthetics is, my minor glyphs is your Thunderclap visual includes a lightning strike. Your deep wounds are even bloodier than normal, and when you victory rush or impending victory heal, you grow slightly larger. You could have Blitz, your charge stuns an additional 2 nearby targets, resulting in 3 people that will be stunned for 1.50 seconds. Bull Rush, your charge generates 15 additional rage. Colossus Smash also applies Thunder Armor effect to your target. While in rage, you move 20% faster. That's pretty good for Fury Warriors because anytime they crit, they become enraged. Helps you keep on your target. Reduce the cost of Thunder Armor by 100%. Gag Order is also useful for PvP. Your Pummel and Heroic Throw also silence the target for 3 seconds. You could also do... increase the range of your charge by 5 yards. You could do... your Raging Blow hits increase the damage of your next Whirlwind by 10 for PvE warriors out there. Root Interruption, after a successful interrupt from a Pummel, increase your damage by 6% for 20... where the heck did it go? 20 seconds, there we go. And another really good one that you guys could get also is Glyph of Victory Rush. Increase the total healing provided by your Victory Rush or the healing of impending victory following a kill by 50%. This will keep you going for a very long time on a Fury Warrior. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the professions for a Fury Warrior. Just like Prot Warrior video, we're going to use our engineering for our little tinkers here for Nitro Boots and Parachute Cloak. Put those hand in hand and you can get away. And you could also slow fall off of Lumber Mill. You can Nitro Boots from Lumber Mill to Blacksmith to help out. You can Nitro Boots from Eye of the Storm platform to the flag in the middle very, very quickly. So that's also very, very useful. You could also have Frag Belt, throw a thermal grenade every minute. You could have, right here, allowing a skilled engineer to increase their haste. Or Nitro Boots again, which is very good. Now, one thing I will say about the second profession you can pick, you can get Skinning, which will increase your critical strike chance by close to 80, I believe. So that is extremely useful for Fury Warriors. Crit is extremely important for us. So, having said that, let's talk a little bit about our spells and our main spells we're going to be using. We're going to be using Bloodthirst all the time. Always use this. It has a chance to make our next 3 wild strikes have a 1 second global cooldown and cost less rage rather. We, use your Pummel and Heroic Throw if you have Gag Order. Use those anytime you need it. Execute anytime the target is below 20% health. Wild Strike anytime it procs or you need to fill for Bloodthirst. Use our Thunderclap just to basically slow down their attacks. Raging Blow anytime it procs, anytime. Use Colossus Smash when you set up a high burst situation. Shattering Throw if you need to get rid of an invulnerability effect from your target. Mass Spell Reflection and Spell Reflect when you need to reflect a Shatter from a Frost Mage, a Deep Freeze from a Mage, or any spell like Soulfire, any important spells that you know of from any other class. Piercing Howl when you need to slow down a group of enemies. If you can hold up 2 healers that are dismounted, that's awesome. 3 healers even better. More the better. Always use Battle Shout. It is our best friend, attack power by 10. Deadly Calm also, when you set up your burst, use it and you can get 3 heroic strikes at 10% less rage. Die by the Sword when you need some damage reduction. Also increases your parry chance by 100% and reduces damage taken by 20% for 8 seconds on a 2-minute cooldown. Very good. Intimidating Shout when you need to interrupt heals, get, just fear people, make them blow cooldowns, get rid of fear wards, anything like that. Berserk Rage to proc Raging Blow, and also increasing your damage done by 10% and generating 10 rage. And as you can see, as soon as I use it, my Raging Blow is available. I just don't have a target. And so that is extremely useful. Now, one thing, and use Reckless, again, when you're setting up your burst so you can just blow that target up. You're going to need a shield macro to use Spell Reflection. I can put that in the description below for you guys. And what it'll do basically is it'll switch to your shield, cast Spell Reflection. Very, very useful for when you get caught by a caster. So how do we control people? We have Piercing Howl to control groups of people. We also have Hamstring, but we could also just use Piercing Howl for one guy. I mean, for 3 more rage, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. We have Intimidating Show. Causes a targeted enemy to cower in fear and up to 5 additional enemies within 8 yards to flee last 8 seconds. For friendly control, we have Rallying Cry. Temporarily grants you and all party and raid members within 30 yards 20% of your maximum health for 10 seconds. After the effect expires, the health is lost. We have Die by the Sword to help control some of our enemy's damage, get rid of it. Shattering Throw, which breaks any invulnerability effect. Our Spell Reflections, our Blade Storm, if we're caught in a cheap shot or we're caught in a smoke bomb, Blade Storm out of there. Caught in a snare, Frost Nova, I believe it would work also. And of course our 2 charges because of double time. So what can a Fury Warrior bring to the fight? He can bring support, offense, or defense gameplay however the Fury Warrior sees fit, and he can change on the fly. What I mean by that is if he wants to play offense, he can go blow up the flag carrier, he can go get the flag back, he can take a base. He's very, very strong. He's a very strong PvP class. If you're playing defensive, you can more than, you can basically guard your flag carrier, guard a base more than well enough than you will actually need to. What I mean by that is people will probably not come back because you can guard it way too good. And support, you can go for the healers, you can annoy them, you can slow them down, you can pummel them, you can interrupt them, you can do massive damage to them. They will not be able to heal. So having said that, let's check our mastery. Increase physical damage done while enraged by 23%. Mastery is our best friend, guys, as much as you can get. And as soon as you're enraged, you're going to turn into, you're going to go from hitting like a sedan to hitting like a F-150. You're just going to absolutely destroy them when you're enraged. And another thing I do want to mention before the video ends is keybinds, guys. Warrior is one of the best classes to have keybinds on. You absolutely need them. These guys have way too many buttons. I actually will take back what I said. I will take back that you absolutely need them. What I will put in that place is it will dramatically help you if you can get used to them. And it's not a matter of it's not a matter of if you can or if you can't. What humans are built with is something called muscle memory. And I'm going to be bringing out a full keybind video very soon. And I'm going to be talking all about that and why I have every button on my character's action bars bound, basically. So I'll be talking about that. I think I covered everything I want to cover. If I missed something, I'm sorry. But if you guys have any questions how I play my warrior, if you guys have any comments, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. If you guys liked it, if it helped you, if you learned something, you found it funny or entertaining, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you guys very much, and as always, happy hunting. Thank you.